Alright, folks, I'm gonna stream this, and I don't think I'm gonna do it as a video, so I think it's just faster and easier for me to do it as a stream. Anyways, let me say I quit Magic the Gathering for like 3 times, and if I ever come back, which it's very very tough for me to wanna come back, it will be with probably with this line right here with the Fallout. Um, there's a multiple reasons as to why I don't want to come back to this game. Most people think, oh, it's because of the price, everything's going up, which is one of the reasons why. But there's got a lot of broke ass people that are still buying the most expensive versions of the cards, and it takes one to know one. So I was buying a more expensive. And this is the thing that Wizards of the Coast does not get it. Like the Magic the Gathering community is like the biggest misery, like the say that says misery loves company. It's I saw that in every Magic the community. Like I see that on BattleNet with people playing StarCraft and Warcraft. Then that is like truth in person, but it's much worse in person. Like it's this is the reason why so many people quit Magic, not because it's expensive. That's one of the factors, and I'm glad that they're doing those what's it called, the releases where you get like a random card of any set. They started doing that in 2021, I think. Start lowering the prices, but I mean they didn't lower that much. It was like probably 20-40%, but it's just a community everywhere. You can go to you can go to California, you can go to Florida, you can go to New York. It doesn't matter where you go. These nerds, man, they love the Misery Loves Company, and they're the biggest energy vampires out there, man. It's as messed up as this is gonna sound. I think I'd rather deal with a drug addict than a Magic player or Yu-Gi-Oh player. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh players were probably a little worse than the Magic players, but they're just as the Pokemon players don't play. They just love to collect. So the Pokemon players, there's nothing for them to say. And I came into this game because Pokemon. Back when I was a kid, I wanted Pokemon cards and I couldn't find anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this, and it was Judgment back in 2001 or two. Then I opened a pack, and one of the cards I regret selling it because I like to have stuff as memory, and I got actually a good card. It was like an enchantment that gives you double mana, so it was one of the best cards for that set. So I'm not a big fan of Assassin's Creed, but these two sets right here are gonna be like the biggest. Probably it's gonna boom. I know back in 2021, it was something about Kamigawa, like something on the samurais that did really good, and ever since that got released, and Wizards Coast came out with this bullshit, the secret layer, then Commander, they started doing not only like with Commander decks, they started making booster packs for Commander decks so you can get an alternative cards. So what they're doing is that, oh, we're giving these cards that you can get a foil as well. It's alternate art. It's more valuable. So what's the point of you buying a commander deck when you can buy these? They're more expensive, but you're gonna be go based on your luck. And everybody, of course, they want all the shiny. They want all the best cards. They want all, even if they're broke, man, like literally broke, they'll find ways to get that expensive card. And this is the thing, one of the I don't like about the Magic the Gathering community, that they always the word of the show offs. Like, oh, you have a soul ring? Oh, look at my soul ring. It's foil. Like, dude, this is the reason why I started buying into Secret Lair because people were flexing their shit on me. Like, oh, that's a nice card, but look at mine. It's an alternative art. Like, really, dude? Really? And then there's people that are constantly getting your cards without permission, which I never done that to other people. That's multiple reasons to why. The commander deck that I really want right here. Let me see if I can make it bigger. The Fallout. Legion. He's actually my favorite character in the Fallout series. And probably New Vegas. I fell in love with him when as soon as I played the game, and everything that I like, and he has the colors that I like the most. Like when I started the game, red was my favorite color, then it was black, then now it's white. But yeah, he's a soldier, which is like my favorite thing. Soldiers are like my favorite, next to zombies, of course. And then he does everything that I like to him. Captain attacking is like one of my favorite things, and tokens. And then you can draw. Here's about losing life in Commander. Sometimes you lose that life in order to draw. And then the last ability, dude, is so amazing. Damage equal to the number of tokens you control to target opponent. Now you can go for three routes in this commander, which you can probably focus on one or get a mixture of three, which in all reality, like if you're gonna go for infinite combos, which is not recommended if you have something like red and yellow, but if you have a lot of black and you're gonna put tutors, have at least four tutors, and then I have at least eight different, like eight cards and like two to four different possibilities of getting that infinite combo. And have those four tutors so you can actually go for that route and finish opponents infinitely. Which I try not to, because you might become the target. I like to go big, like in making a bunch of tokens or make like an army or do a bunch of damage that you ended up overkilling your opponent. So that's something that I can see here, and is a big opportunity. So for red, you can do stuff like double damage. You can get those enchantments that do double, and if you have a second one, it's gonna stack. So say you're gonna do 8 damage, that eight's gonna do 16 from that enchantment, and then that stack doubles from the other enchantment. So instead of doing 16, you're gonna do 32, and that 32 is gonna go to one player. And if you have a creature ability that says if that trigger ability happens, it can happen again. So you're gonna do 32 damage and then another 32 damage. That's 64 damage right there. That's a huge damage, man. You got those tryhards that have infinite life combos. I haven't seen them. I think did see like one commander, but he never pulled it off. I only done it. Well, I only done it when I on like twice. Or there's like if you have infinite life, you can die by commander damage. You can die by poison damage. And I don't know with what many rules because I stopped playing in 2000 and early 22. So there's always new mechanics, new stuff that you can die every year. Then they're changing the rules every 2 to 4 years. That's I don't like. They're gonna change like the rules. They need to cater more about having a fun experience, like a co-op. I would love something like a four versus one. The one player has like 200 life or 150 life, and he has like, you know what? You have to deal with dragons, and he has nothing but dragons. He goes for like 2 or 3 rounds. He can put 2 or 3 lands, and the other four players have to attack him in order to actually win. That will make it more fun and cooperatively with the other players trying to take that one player down with 200 life. And his command damage, of course, is probably going to be like 50 or 60 instead of like, what was it? 21? It was 20. I forgot. I haven't played this in over a year. And then the other one for the yellow, of course, yellow's known to getting a lot of tokens. So you can spam a lot of weenies, make an army of tokens. Then the black can have those enchantments that make other people sacrifice their shit whenever one of your shit stuff dies, like Grave Pact, Dictate of Herbals, and I think they made another one which I can't off the top of my head. So you're gonna have those removals, you're just gonna minus one of the removals. So you're gonna go for 8 removals, you're gonna boot those enchantments, you're gonna subtract whatever type of removal you're gonna have. Like say you have Grave Pact and Dictate of Herbals and you're gonna have 8 removals, mainly stuff that says exile or remove target permanent. Like you're gonna have those two instead of eight. Now you're gonna have six that you have to put. And I was never a really good uh player, but I consider myself like a really good player at making decks. Most people go to this website. I feel like everybody's a sheep and they want to go for this route. I go a little mixture of this. And there used to be another website called MTG Info, and now it's called scryfall.com, which you can actually search here and then you can go for the type text, whatever they have, and the colors, type of creature. This doesn't matter. Like you can put a creature and then come out, or you want to go specific, say you want to do. I focus more on just text. Okay, double damage. And then this option, double. Or was it type line? I forgot. I haven't used it. There's one card that says something of double damage, enchantment, damage. And then I forgot the text what it specifically would say. I can back does double damage. Maybe I already missed one. Let's see. All these arts change after a while. Okay, this is one. If a search will deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage. Okay, we want to focus that. Double that damage. That is perfect. You wanna go for stuff like the for the third ability. So a lot of the times, what ADHR see here, they go based on a little bit of everything, how what percentage. I mean, this commander deck hasn't come out yet. It's been gonna be till March, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people that already have her. Look at Angel of Destiny. Her creature not that we want a source, not a creature. If a source would deal damage, 7 cost, which is a little bit too expensive, but might be worth having. Want that? You want source because the Caesar's Legion is happening with a source, with a creature ability, not from a creature. So basically, like that's one. Okay, this is another one. Oh my God, this card is actually a really good giant card. I remember wanting to get this card, and I don't know if I got it. It was like one of the best giant cards because I'm a big fan of giants. The watch. You're probably not gonna see this card over here. What's his name? Calamity Bearer. The 4 cost for being a giant. That's actually kind of cheap. They're just like the cards that. Of course, there's the one the most popular is like the tokens. Like again, you could get a mixture of all three. Sacrifice. Again, you're sacrificing things, so revolve around that. Like that zombie that says sacrifice, you get a token. If you can actually sacrifice stuff over and over, which is not technically like a combo, but beef up like that creature, you can beef him up like 1 million plus counters, really powerful, which is a good infinite combo, but it's like you're not killing people with that infinite. I don't think that creature's like I said, most people do miss a lot of good opportunities from putting really good cards. I had a Talrite Sky Summoner, which I think I had one of the best, if not the best, Talrite Sky Summoner, which is a blue card. I'm not a big fan of blue because I tend to over counter people. Like the colors that are perfect for me are red and white because I'm more of an aggro and straight to the point of actually just up my shit little by little. And sometimes I just counter the wrong shit. So with Tyrant Scott Summoner, I would infinitely get extra turns, and then people think, oh, this guy's gonna take out. Sure. Then I put something if nobody's gonna counter it, of course, or destroy anything. I can actually just get back the graveyard and reshuffle it back to my back to my shit. What's it called? Yeah, library, and I'll keep on doing that over and over and over and over till I have like 1 million drakes. And then if nobody's gonna do shit, I'll just swing at everybody and win the game. I did that only one time, and unfortunately, I wish I could have done more. But like the community of Magic the Gathering sucks, dude. I wish it didn't suck. I wish people were way more nice. But it's like I said, misery loves company, and it's so true with Magic the Gathering. It's like I would see be drug addicts probably be nicer than your average Magic player. It's that bad. I'm not kidding. And the fact that Wizard of the Coast is just making different versions of more expensive cards of the same thing, you're just gonna have more people flexing things instead of like having it on your own just to be nice. No, you have to show it off like, oh, this like making other people feel bad that it's fine you have a soul ring, but look at my soul ring. The shit that annoyed me with Magic. Like, I know not everybody's like that. It's not here, so that card would be really good here, right here. Then this one. This you need something like this as well. Ah no, curse no. I'll probably go with that. Um, nope. You need a source. Yeah, this is good, but the problem is that it runs three. So what I like about three colors, I usually like to have a good amount of mana rocks, any stuff that can add me any source of color. And I know Soul Ring, everybody has one. Soul Ring gives you two colorless. So you want to have at least two or three top at most that gave you just colorless, and you just want to focus the rest of the mana rocks and the mana color. They're gonna run 35 mana, 34 mana, whatever. You don't want to go maybe 36, but 36 is kind of flexing for this character right here. You want to go based on the commander color. So he runs four. So he's three colors. You need to have more mana rocks than and probably six. I would usually run anywhere between 6 and 12. Think 10 is like a good amount, but 10 is like more for like big ass creatures. I think probably 8 mana rocks is probably good. Stuff that are gonna give you colorless, just 2 to 3 tops. Also, ring is one of them. Then the rest just stuff that gives you actually quick. Sometimes you're just gonna miss. You're gonna get nothing but red. You're gonna get nothing but white, but you're missing a swamp. Those mana rocks are gonna come in handy. And of course, you want to start putting weenies quick. So if you're not drawing mana rocks or land, you want to do this effect right here. So this card is just gonna be so amazing. Like the reason I want to come back. Now I'm not a fan of Assassin's Creed. I never played it. The game looks awesome. I would like if they would have done something like Far Cry. But I like that they're doing something like this, like a partnership with these type of companies right here. And yeah, these are pretty much the commander decks right. And this is the shit that they're doing that it's not. I'm not liking it. Like you're getting those four commander decks, which are gonna be $60. See Amazon right here, $60. books. They increased the price. They look a lot like the ones that came out in 2011. I think that was the first Command 6, 11 or 12, something like that. Then they came in this type of format of box, so they come out a little bit bigger. So you might probably get a few more stuff. Gonna get this one. Shit, I have to really. I want to have these. I need to really start disconnecting the computer when. Anyways, here, this when the command. I think this probably might be the weakest of the four. But every time, whenever you have like the weakest, there's always one or two cards that are like really, really good. On the weakest one, and most people just don't go for. They don't pick up, but I'm tempting to get all of them. Looks really nice. Just to have like a collection, but up space. Like this is one of the cards that you can get an infinite combo. Feral Ghoul. I think this is the same as that zombie, but you can't block on this one at least. It has menace and you can actually block. And whenever this ghoul dies, each opponent loses a number of rat counters equal to power. I feel like the red probably a new mechanic that's similar to poison, but I think this one's makes you die slow. Can make you die faster if you have a lot of radiation. Holy shit. If you have something like 50, they're gonna get 50 rat counters at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase. If you have any counters, mill that many. Oh shit, mill that many cards. You lose live, you mill, and you get an extra rat counter. Holy fuck, dude. Yeah, this is sick right here. This is the reason why I like Magic the Gathering. Like you get that dopamine whenever you get that excitement of something awesome to obliterate your enemies, and shit's great. And you can literally have this guy get 100 counters, he dies, then everybody's gonna just mill themselves out and lose their life, and it's game. I think that this one's probably gonna be like another good one. I don't know what this guy does. Battlefield. Also, it's all about rats on this one. I think this probably might probably be the most powerful one. Might probably be the most powerful one. I think the second most powerful is this one right here. Or it could be the weakest one as well. We'll see what other stuff he has. I mean, he has a lot of stuff that he can actually get. Most people see, oh, he has red and white, automatically they think, oh, it's the weakest. They need to have something like blue and green or just a combination of blue and green. Simic. Like this one doesn't have blue, but it has green. They're focusing on those colors to make it powerful. Or three color combinations, these are actually one of my favorite ones. Red, green, and yellow. I forgot the name. I actually like those a lot. Yeah, and then there's this other one. Oh no, the energy, yeah, this is probably gonna be the weakest. I was never a big fan of the energy. I think there was a set that came out in 2017, 16, something around those years that was like one of the worst sets in like over 10 years. It was a really bad set. I forgot the name of it that had the energies. In my opinion, it was like one of the worst sets in like modern Magic. When I mean modern, I mean like post 2010. Like anything before 2010, there's some sets that are just terrible. You can look them up on YouTube or on Google. But this one's you pay energy whenever you cast an art. Okay, never mind. Well, that's the thing. Like counters can easily get taken out. Like if that creature dies, you lose that counter. It's not permanent. And there's abilities that may literally make you lose all counters. And instead of having them, they steal those counters and give it to like one specific shit on their side. There's people that love stealing counters, stuff like. I think there was like one or two creatures, but I don't remember what their name. They have to tap it. Oh, you gotta waste 3 energy just to draw a card. If it just says draw 2 cards, it would have been badass. They can only do it one time. You see this right here, this commander is probably the weakest one already. The only good effect is the last one. Return target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield tab. You can bring back a lot of very strong artifacts. So I mean, it's not weak. It can be strong in its own right, but it's probably gonna start out like the weakest. Probably gonna be the slowest grind because it's not running something here. You need a lot of drawing power, and the drawing power is not as good as even this guy, which is the weakest color combination. And they're not even the weakest. I've seen white getting so powerful these past several sets. I don't know why people still think white's the as for the longest time I thought it was red, but then red they started adding a lot of shit like double damage. Like I think like they just been ignoring blue for the like past 3 years. Like in the sense of not having something overrated because from 2015 to like 2020, everything blue was getting it was just overrated, and not just overrated, like really good. Not ever since 2014, I'm sorry. Like blue just getting better and better and better because before blue, 2014, I think green was probably like the strongest. I think the elf one in 2014, the one that came out with the monocolors, that one was a good one. I think it was probably like the strongest. It played really well. The Teferi one, which was the mono blue one, brought a lot of bullshit things. But after that year, the commander deck that started stealing stuff like the blue red color, I forgot the name. Most people started running shit like that, stealing stuff. Had a lot of blue cards, and then this set, which never know, I never read the lores. Only the people that are really into the lores and stuff like that the creatures look like eh. And they're making these arts now. They're making it more cartoony. I kind of miss the art style that they were making for like Judgment, that they look kind of like there was a set. They look more realistic, if I can make that comparison. This right here looks a little bit more realistic. Was more. I was starting like this cartoony style. This is how they're starting to look now in my. I mean, it's not bad. I like the art style when it looks more realistic. This art. And this is what will be like one of the main reasons why we'll come back to Magic is if they ever make these remasters. I think Time Spiral they brought it back. I don't know if it's the same as this one, but they didn't even have this card. And I know these cards are not the best, but I want like Witches of the Coast to bring back the creatures back into into the game. And I want like a tribal. You know how there was like a tribal giant, tribal humans, tribal vampires. Like give us a tribal arcs and just give us a bunch of creatures. Like I fell in love when I saw this creature. It reminded me like of that reminded me like the ogres of Warcraft, but like a very this is like a hybrid of an ogre and an orc, I think. That's why it's called Arg. I don't know where I found it. I think I googled it. Yeah, it's a combination of an ogre and an Arg mixed together, which I would love if Wizards of the Coast can make weird creatures like four hands, big hands, and then two small hands. Oh man, it's just amazing. I love this. Shame that they don't give us more love on this. And I think Griffins is another one. So Griffin. We don't have enough Griffins, man. I think there's only one creature that can become like your commander for the Griffin, which is like good for the Griffins, but it's like we need to have more love for the Griffins. And then the Tree Folks is another one. The Tree Folks are one of my favorite. You don't see them in play. I would never see people run Tree Folks. Uh, I was the only idiot running Giants before the Giant Commander deck came out in 2015. Uh, I wasn't running that well back then. It was really slow. But once you get something going and you find like the meta, I'm really good. It is like the only one I think. Wait, this is a new? There was another Griffin. Yeah, this is the thing, dude. Started giving a little bit love to Griffins because last time I checked, there was like only like 10 or 12 cards. It's brought a bunch of. I'm a big fan of Griffins. Griffins, Tree Folks, Giants, Args. They need more love, man. Like you're giving us Eldrazi. Eldrazi is like so overrated. I get tired. Like whenever I see people run Eldrazi's, run what they're called, the mirrors, no, not mirrors. That's one. Sibbers. I will call them silvers. Sibbers. That's another one. Whenever I see them, I'm like, oh, come on, really? Then zombies are overrated, but I love zombies, so I wouldn't put him on as overrated. Kind of biased on that. And then there's the people that are just running vampires and dragons. Oh, dragons is another one. But come on, man, give us griffins for the love of God. Which of the codes? You're focusing on not what people want. You're focusing on making the most profit and making alternative cards like Secret of the Lair, something that can cost you $8 to get one card on TCG. No, the Secret Lair costs $40. But guess what? It does the same thing. But if you get the Secret Lair, it's already foil, alternative card. It looks so nice. Then people are gonna be flexing on you if they have it. Dude, I remember very clearly there was an older Griffin. That's strange. It's not here. I guess this is the only Griffin that, or maybe it got remade. What's it that it came? I don't see it. The Monera United Command probably came out last year. It's actually really good, man, because it says whenever Griffin. So this is already like you need a Griffin tribal for this. So if there's like five Griffins that are attacking players and usually flying creatures. They're harder to block. So if you attack five, now you're gonna get five other Griffin tokens. And it's white. Like this is awesome, man. Oh, this is like a rush commander deck is or it's not too expensive. And then you only need one color, so usually we won't have a hard time putting it out like on turn three or turn four. You can probably put him on turn two if you get a minor rock. Yeah, you can get a soul ring and then put those two lands and he already comes out. And if you have something like haste, but haste is really hard to get with white unless you have something like lightning greaves. You equip it, and then now you can start swinging. I think this also applies to him. So it says the other. Because whenever a griffin, and he's part of a griffin. So if this guy swings, you already get a griffin out. And I think that's about it. Let me show you guys. And I stopped updating this. I had more secret layers like the soul ring. It was a soul ring secret layer. And the reason why I was getting them was because there was an asshole that was actually flexing on me. Like, oh, that looks nice, but look at mine. That's this. I'm like, and then it gets to you, and you start getting a little bit jealous, and you want to get stuff that they have. And then whenever you get something nice, people don't even ask permission. Like, "Can I get it?" No, they just get the card. Good thing they have sleeps, but they get it like in a fast way, and they just look at it like really, dude, you didn't even ask permission. The reason why, like this was, I'll tell you, this is a foil. I didn't put it as a foil. I had so many foils. This was a foil. I had so many foils more here than it's listed. And then the lands, I make sure I have one of each of full art. So I'd say I had a land that was like basic snow plane, only one, but it was foil. And then there was one that was like a full art of like Modern Horizons one, full art. On that one, of course, it's full art on that one. But make sure that one is foil. So I had different foils because I was tired of people flexing on me. And the moment that I started having like a bunch of foils, then people stopped flexing. The thing that I don't like about the Magic Gathering community. Instead of getting together, enjoying yourselves, no. There has to be people. There's always has to be jealousy. There always has to be argument. There has to be fights. Like the only game that I played, dude. I played poker with people. The only game where I felt like I was probably gonna get into a fist fight with people. It was that bad. On more than one occasion because they are just and then they joke around. Like I don't mind joking around, but they joke around sometimes in a bad way. When you're not even joking around like them like that to them in the past. So I don't know, man. Like these people just like what it says, misery loves company. You can check out my decks here. I had more, but I just got lazy of listing them. Then there was other websites. Some of these are not even finished, dude. If I didn't leave Magic, I might have probably had over 12 commander decks. Yeah, I really miss them. It's the community that's making me not want to come back. I made those commander decks, put it on YouTube, but I took them out. I'm like, wow, what's the? I don't know. Wizard of the Coast. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're only focusing on profit, just like BattleNet, just like on Blizzard. Sorry, not BattleNet, Blizzard. So this game reminds me a lot like BattleNet in the sense that they act very similar, dude. Like really, really similar. And I think Wizards of the Coast community, people who just play Magic the Gathering and other card games that are part of the Wizards, it's just as bad, if not worse. I'm gonna cut this stream if you guys are excited on this. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, man. I really don't know if I'm gonna get it. Like, looks very promising for the year 2024. I know a lot of people quit in 2020 uh, of the 30th anniversary what Wizards of the Coast did, and that's the thing that they're actually doing that is pissing off people. Is that they're making different stuff like Secret Lair Instead of just focusing on one card, now they want to make different variations and then make those variations very expensive. Then these specific companies, Art Kingdom, TCG, to name a few, are always hogging on this product so they can get the most profit. I feel like Wizards of the Coast is probably in cahoots with these companies. They can enrich themselves instead of selling one type of card like this card right here, Doc Meat. They made another Doc Meat that is more expensive and you can get a foil if you only buy this type of product. Where is it though? Did I miss it? Oh, I didn't see the lands. Oh, right here, right here, right here. You see the dog meat looks different. You can only get those from these packs. Man, when is this company gonna ever understand, man? Instead of doing good, they're getting backfire with this shit. Like they do get more revenue money, but at the same time, you're just pissing off people. Then they ended up quitting. So yeah, man, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna cut this stream and take care, guys. Have a good one. Peace.